Hey everybody, super affiliate rockstar.com. Greg Davis. Here to talk about cashing out. Okay, let's talk about cashing out. A lot of entrepreneurs, have the dream of starting a business, building it up over a few years, and then selling it for millions and millions of dollars. Thereafter. Okay, and a lot of people do it. It happens all the time. But what does it typically take? Especially like what does it take in an information type business, like the kinds that we're in? Well, or technology. Normally it takes either thousands, excuse me, millions of eyeballs, or thousands of paying customers, or some kick-ass technology. Okay, I'm not a technology expert, so I'll let somebody else talk about that. But let's talk about the millions of eyeballs and the thousands of customers. Okay, I think as internet marketers and affiliate marketers, if that's our goal, if our goal is to cash out, then the best way to start doing that is to build a list. Okay, build a list, and not just a list, because there's marketers out here that have lists in the hundreds of thousands, but they're not making that much money from it at all. Okay, so it really comes down to building a list and monetizing a list. Okay, and one of the best ways to monetize a list is to have people paying you, on a regular basis. Okay, but really, one of the main assets that companies and investors buy when they buy a business is the list, is the customer list, is the customer database. Okay, that if you want to be able to be in a position to sell your business like I plan to by 2015, I want to at least be able to have one of my businesses that I can sell, for at least around $35 million. Okay, and the only way that I'm going to do that is to build up a strong list. Okay, and monetize that list on a regular basis. And I'll just give you a couple of examples. Earlier this year, iContact sold for $169 million. Okay, $169 million, and iContact is, for all intents and purposes, an autoresponder company. Okay, they're an autoresponder. They weren't the first, and it's arguable. They're probably not the best. I mean, I like them. But I don't think they're the best. But the owners just got $169 million. Okay, and why is that? Well, a big part of it is because they have thousands and thousands of people paying them every single month, every single month, every single month, and so a big part of that $169 million was that cash flow. Okay, the new investors were buying that cash flow among other things, and that was basically their list. All right. GKIC, Glazer Kennedy. This is actually an organization I'm a big part of. They were sold last year. I don't know what the exact price was. I know it's in the tens of millions of dollars. And they, the owners got a big check. And why? I mean, they're essentially, they do a lot more, but they're essentially, at the root, a newsletter company. Okay, people pay them, every month for a newsletter, and there's other stuff they do, coaching and stuff like. But they have thousands of people paying them anywhere from $50 a month to like over 2,000 a month, like I do, because I'm involved in their, some of their coaching programs. But they have thousands of us, okay, paying them every single month, and that is very attractive to private equity firms and other businesses, and so they were, sold last year. And again, it's not just big businesses like that. I actually just recently met an internet marketer. The internet marketer, he built a company and sold it for $4 million. And that company was largely built around, a list. A lot of value was wrapped up in the list. And then I think maybe a year or two later, he built another company and sold that for $1 million. Okay, so he sold two companies for over $5 million in the space of 3 years. Okay, and he's an internet marketer. I mean, I'd say he's a regular internet marketer like us. Okay, but he focused on building a customer list. All right, and he was able to leverage that and cash out, and make some really good money in the process. All right, so even myself, this year I actually started a software business. A lot of you guys probably already know what it is and probably already customers. But I started a particular software service. I did a couple of webinars in the space of maybe a month. That's all I really promoted it, and it started a $60,000 per month income stream. Okay, 60 grand a month. Just from this 1 month of promotion, and every single month that money comes in. and I don't have to do anything for it. And next month it's going to come in. Next month it's going to come in. Not, granted, yes, I'm going to, and I have, lost customers along the way. But it's some software that people actually need. They need it to do their business, and so has a really high pain of disconnect. Okay, and that's what you want. You want something monthly that people do not want to stop. Okay, like they might need it in some way. So like software businesses, like utility type businesses, are good for that. All right. So this is why I'm really, really, really urging you to get on this list building webinar, which is now tomorrow, which is Wednesday. August the 28th, I think. No, excuse me, August the 29th. All right, tomorrow, August the 29th. Obviously, you're looking at this Wednesday, then it's today. And if you're looking at this after the 29th, then you can get the replay. But this is super, super important. It's probably, if you get on any webinar this year, this is the one to get on because we're going to be focusing on list building and list monetization. And not just list building, but how to build a huge list, okay? Because, there's ways that you can get lists and build a list really, really quickly, and we're going to give you a bunch of different models of how to actually build a list and monetize it as you go, just all sorts of stuff, okay? Because that's what we do, okay? Am I saying I'm done with affiliate offers? I don't promote CPA offers? Absolutely not, okay? As a matter of fact, CPA offers are a big part of our strategy and how we monetize the list, okay? So this works hand in hand with with affiliate marketing, with CPA, and everything. All right. So and this stuff is not as hard as you think. It's not as hard as you think to incorporate list building in your current business, and we're going to show you how to do that. And look, I would be a hypocrite if I just sat here and said I'm like the king of list building and I'm all list building and stuff. And that's not true. Part of the reason why I'm on this list building crusade now is because I'm changing my business, the way I do my business, to focus more on list building, so that I can have an asset that I can one day sell. Okay, not to mention just recurring monthly income. All right. So this is as much for me as it is for you, because this is going to allow me to to go back through all list building skills that I have developed. And as well, with Rico really does a better job with the list building than I do. And so I'm looking forward to learning from him as well. He's going to be teaching on the webinar as well. So, I'm changing my business, and, you can come along for the ride, with me if you want, because, I'm making this work. We're making it work already. We're going to be making it work in a much larger way. So get on this webinar, okay? This is going to be 3 hours solid content, okay? This is not going to be a free webinar. See, free webinar means it's pretty much a little bit of content, pretty much the whole thing's a sales pitch, because, nobody's going to be working for free, all right? So this webinar is $97. However, you don't pay until after the webinar, okay? So when you go register, click below to register. You're going to put your credit card in and everything like that, but the charge is going to be a $0 charge, a $0 charge today, okay? At the end of the webinar, I will give a special email address, and if you don't think that the webinar is worth if you don't think the webinar is worth $997, because we're going to give a lot of value. If you don't think it's worth that much, then then just use that email address that we give you at the end of the webinar, and then you will not be charged. Okay, so this is totally risk-free, satisfaction guaranteed, all that stuff. But I'm telling you, look, learn from my mistakes, because I just told you guys a story the past couple weeks about how I got started in my first internet marketing business, and I got started on the right foot. I really did. I started off building a list. I ended up building a list of 11,000, and I was laid off from my job, but I was in good shape because I had income coming from that list. Okay, that was in 2001. Okay, now if you remember the other stories I told you, I really didn't go full time with this until 2007. Okay, so a lot of stuff happened at 6 years in between. One of the main things that happened is that I lost my way. I lost my way as far as, got away from the fundamentals of building a list, monetizing lists, and just started, chasing all the different shiny objects and stuff like that. But whenever I've really focused on list building, I've been able to build a sustainable income, okay? My claim to fame is a 50K a day, these huge days, driving traffic directly to, landing page, advertorial, stuff like that. And a lot of that, most of that, to this point has not been to build a list. Okay, it's been building lists for the advertisers, for other people. Granted, yes, I do make some nice money up front, and I'm thankful for that. But it is very up and down, very inconsistent. Okay, I might make $50,000 today, and then from that very same campaign make zero tomorrow, because the offer went away, or the traffic got too expensive, or the traffic source went away, A lot of stuff can happen, okay? But when you have your own list, you can build a much steadier, consistent income, all right? And like I said, you can build something that you can one day sell. Okay, so look, Wednesday, August 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, from 2 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be, where's the 1 to 4? You're going to be, getting deep, 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 into list building. I'm going to, myself and Rico, we're just going to dump everything, let you know everything that we know about list building, and specific models that you can use like today, to start building lists and make money at the same time. Okay, because we are very good at building lists while promoting affiliate offers. We've been doing it for a long time, and we're very effective at it. And me personally, I'm about to make it a much, much, much more emphasized part of my business. All right, so join me in the webinar tomorrow. Register below, and I'll see you on the webinar. We're gonna have a lot of fun. If you ever been on one of my webinars, look, we have a lot of fun. We're gonna be on Facebook at the same time, the Facebook group. A lot of interaction, just a lot of fun. I believe work hard, play hard. So we're gonna do both tomorrow. All right, I will see you tomorrow, and hopefully you can build an asset that you can cash out on here in the future. Peace.